Okay, we're going to be using the Google Analytics account of one of my firm's clients as a guinea pig. Now, the client is a large credit union based in the Midwest, and what we're looking at here is the visitor overview. Okay, now this is the first report that Google loads up when you log into your analytics account. This is step one. There's definitely a lot to see here. By default, Google is showing us the last month worth of activity in this line graph across the top. And as you can see, this website tends to get a large amount of weekday traffic, typically somewhere between 20 and 30,000 visitors per day. Beneath this line graph, Google displays the basic health stats of the website. And I think it would be helpful to take a few minutes just to review what each of these statistics means, even though I imagine after at least some review, this will probably be reviewed. First, visits. A visit is not a hit. Okay, you may remember the term hits from the early days of the web. A hit was what people used to use as a unit of popularity for their sites, as in, hey, my site gets thousands of hits a day, or something like that. The thing is, as websites became more complex, a hit became less valuable. And this is because hits, technically, are simply requests to the database for files. So if a web page is just one HTML file with text, loading it in the browser registers one hit. But if a website or a web page is more than that, say loaded up with images, CSS files, JavaScript, video, etc., every single file that loads with the page registers one hit individually. So all of a sudden, one page load might register hundreds of hits on its own. So when Google Analytics launched, it replaced the idea of hits with visits, which is a very real practical unit. A visit represents one single user session on your website. So as you can see here, over 770,000 individual visits came into the site in the last month. Now the next metric here is unique visits. This is differentiated from visits because Google is trying to show you what your traffic looks like once you've taken into account individuals that make repeat trips to your website. So for example, if your mom checks out your site every day of the month, she'll log 30 visits to your site, but only one unique visit. In this site's case, the numbers are not very close at all. The unique visitors are half of the main site. So what that means is that a lot of visitors are coming here repeatedly throughout the month. Next, a page view is the unit of is the next unit of measure down, so to speak. It represents exactly what it says. It's a view of a single page. So one visit might have many page views, assuming the user is engaged with the website's content. And here we can see that the page views are somewhere along the lines of 1.5 million, which if we did the math in our head, we would know that that's almost 2 pages per visitor. And in fact, the next statistic, pages per visit, spells that out for us. Okay. The statistic after that, average visit duration, is pretty self-explanatory. This is the time a user spends browsing the site in one session, meaning from when they first arrive and to when they leave. Now, if they come back the next day, they start a new session. So if your mom is still hanging out on your site for 2 minutes every single day, she's not skewing your average as far as